Hey everyone, welcome to another Good e-Reader review video. My name's Michael.
This is Peter.
Today we have the Amazon Kindle Voyage versus the Kindle Basic Touch. These are the two e-readers that Amazon has released in 2014, as they're probably going to be available well into the summer of 2015. So these reflect the current and modern generation. Today we're going to evaluate the reading experience, the hardware, give you a sense of what makes these e-readers different.
This e-reader definitely looks different than every other e-reader. It has 2 lines and some dots. These are for page turns forward and back, depending on which handed you are. You have a micro USB port on the bottom that allows you to charge and transfer data to and from your device. Nothing on the sides or the top. The back employs a lot of the design features from the HDX with its cool angles and piano finished top. It also has a flush power button on the side. The Kindle $79 Kindle, as most people refer to it as, it's clean on both sides and the top. The back has nothing special either, it's just a very thin plastic.
But it is quite a departure from other Kindle designs because it does have like a little bit of angles to it.
Right. So you can see it's got some design features at the back there. And you have a power button, micro USB, and a status indicator light.
You can see on a general level that there's not much difference between the main UI. This is the first model of the Kindle Basic that actually has a proper home screen. All past models of the Basic didn't actually have this UI bar here. So it's a lot more intuitive to be able to click on things and to be able to interact. You can see here, these are the books you own. These are books that are promoted by Amazon. The books obviously are different on each device, and you do see ads on the bottom because we purchased them as a special offers edition to save money. But if we didn't want the ads to display, it's as simple as paying Amazon $25 and they remove the ads for you. So if you get it as a gift and there's an ad on it, you could remove them for a nominal fee. When you turn the pages here, you can actually see books that you have in your library. Now, there's a difference between books on the device and on the cloud. On the cloud are books that you have purchased maybe on an Amazon Kindle Fire tablet, or maybe you have the Android app installed on your another device like your smartphone, and these are the past purchases. So you can simply like click on it and it'll actually download right to the device. Now, on the UI, you do notice a little light setting here. And again, this is because this has a front light, this does not. You do notice a G on both of these devices in the main navigation bar. This is because Amazon purchased a site called Goodreads, which is an ebook community. People form virtual book clubs, and you could comment and form discussion groups. It's a fairly cool concept, and it's built into all of the Kindle devices as e-readers as well as tablets. If you hit the settings menu here, you can see that similar options, but what I want to show you is the reading options. This is a way that you could turn off vocabulary, full page refreshes, but you do notice the thing here called page press, and that's what these buttons are called here. It's called page press technology. You can actually turn it on or off, so you could just interact with it with the touchscreen exclusively, but you could also change the feedback options. Now, this does have haptic feedback, so if you press the button, you have a small vibration that's much akin to Android tablets, where you click the home screen, or maybe you click those sort of software buttons and you have that small vibration. The Kindle is actually cool because you can actually control the feedback settings. You can actually turn it off, so you just press the button and you have no feedback, but you can actually configure it to your liking. It actually has pressure settings as well. This is how hard you have to press in order to turn a page. But the question is, do you guys notice by watching this video a difference between the text on the Basic versus the text on the Voyage? I sure do. The text in terms of the font, and all the font settings are completely the same. The font size, the line spacing, the margins.
Just to get a good idea, seeing that we're on the topic of quality, take a look at that. This is as big as they'll go, so you can really tell how rounded the E's and the rounded shapes are compared to each other.
So let's do a page turn test. Pretty well the same.
Pretty close, yeah. Both of these have different features. I mean, the same features, but they can do an array of different things here. So you can do highlights, notes, share, translation, dictionaries. So we'll do a note. See, I did a highlight there. You can box bodies of text and go to more and translate it into any language that you find under this drop down. You can also do things like report content error, open dictionary, lots of cool stuff you can do with these devices.
So this is what you could expect of the overall ebook experience. Finally, I kind of want to show you X-Ray. I know who the main characters are, but I might not know who Jacques is because he's not really referenced too much. And so I can actually click on him and actually get a little bit of an indication on who this character is, how he was referenced. I can actually click on a page and actually get put to the exact page where someone had referenced him. Now, before we get into it, with the Kindle, you can actually control the light and darkness levels as well as the margins. So depending on what type of document you're reading, you can actually change this to a very basic level. It's not super advanced settings, but I wanted to kind of point it out. You're noticing I'm pinching and zooming. It's fairly responsive. Shows you a little bit of a mini map here in the top left hand corner. Helps orientate you on where you are in the document, but it actually is showing you an unrendered version of the page that you're on, so you don't lose your place or become kind of confused. We'll pop it up on the same image here. Give you a sense on how it looks.
Wow, yeah, resolution really makes a difference for the Voyage.
Totally.
Both of these actually have a very cool feature. You can long press most, if not any, of the bodies of text, and you can do all the same things you would in an ebook: highlights, notes, translations. Not a lot of e-readers, aside from say the Sony T3, allowed you to actually change a side-loaded PDF.
I would probably say the Voyage is probably the better investment. Reading in the dark, page turn keys, you know, it has a lot of things going for it. So if you like to read like manga or newspapers, or if you're looking at pictures a whole lot, even just books, like books look just better on the Voyage head to head. So I would probably say the Voyage, better investment overall, but you're paying for that.
The Kindle Basic definitely changes the game for the cheap Kindle. Before, the Kindle was a little bit outdated. It had physical page turn buttons, no touchscreen. It was rather slow, really hard to interact with. This definitely does the job, but yeah, like Mike said, this doesn't actually mean, oh, the Voyage is out, well, I'm not going to get the Basic. Well, that's not the case, because this is $120 more than this Kindle. So it does come down to how much you want to spend, but I'd say you can't go wrong with either one of these guys.
Yeah, so the reason why I would get the Basic is it would be a good gift because it's cheap and cheerful. And if I had an older model of the Kindle without a touch screen, I didn't want to spend a lot of money. Basic, totally viable investment. Right. But if I had the Paperweight 2, or if I had like an older model of the Kindle Basic, I think the Voyage is a good reason to upgrade. It just has a lot of things going for it, and it's going to be completely relevant now and a year from now, because just a lot of e-readers on the market don't come close to the resolution in PPI, even though that they have like 6.8 or even 8-inch screens. So you've heard our thoughts. We want to hear yours. If you have either of these two devices, or if you're thinking about upgrading to them, and if you have any questions on aspects that we did not cover in this video, let us know. If you have any ideas for future videos, also drop a comment for a comparison of the Amazon Kindle Voyage versus the Amazon Kindle Basic. My name is Michael.
This is Peter.
Everybody take care.